Hey guys, welcome back to Vintage Vibes. It's 10 o'clock on Thursday night. I think this would be the 22nd of May. So anyway, I have been working on these 3 signature pages for the baby album, okay, to finish up. So I had already kind of did everything. So basically it's just measure at this point. Okay, yes, I could show you all of this, but it's not really going to matter because whatever size you make yours or whatever, you're just going to kind of measure it, okay? So I'm going to kind of go over it without taking too much time on it, okay? So basically we're going to get started, and I've already done some pages, but I left off some of the things that I thought was crucial to show y'all how to do, just in case you did not know how to do it. Now, so this is our front page, okay? Now this is our little front page right here, okay? Now, so this will be our first signature, and you know, when it goes on the page, it's going to match that, okay, like that, okay? So that's kind of where we're going with it. So we're gonna we're not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna show you in a minute. So I got the first flip on, okay, and you just basically measure your pages, your cardstock, and then your pattern paper. And those are cut at 4 3/8 wide by 5 7/8 long for the cardstock, I think. And then the pattern paper is like 4 1/4 by, let me see. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 5 3/4 or something. So, and then that is 4 3/8 by 5 7/8. So I basically just do mine like 1/8 of an inch difference on it, okay? So anyway, I got this page. Now I'm gonna put a magnet, so I got a note, and I left these off so I could show you. These are so stinking adorable, okay? So I left it off. This is gonna go here for here. You see how that's gonna look? And then this is gonna go here to match here, okay? When you open it up like that, that is so cute. But we cannot put these pages on until we put our magnet on. And you don't want to put your magnet like right at the edge, because it's really hard to work with it or work around it, okay? So I got these magnets here. They're very strong, okay? And they have the it has the plus and the minus, so that means they kind of go together. So what you do is you do, and I get these from Country Craft Creations, these magnets here. And I don't know if, yes, they are in here. Okay. So they're called these. I got large ones that I use, and then I buy these sizes. Let me pull that out of my drawer so I can show y'all. But you get 20. They're really, really strong. Now, you can buy, now listen, you can get the rare earth magnets. And yes, I do use those, just without this stuff on it. And I do my own tape, but then I get bigger ones too. These are the large. You only get 12. Then you get 20 of the small ones. So I use those other kind. Usually I do them on my baby albums if I don't have these. But I like doing these just because they got this plus and this minus on it. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna pop it out. And they're very strong. That's what I mean. So you're gonna need like a minus on one side, and then the plus on the other. See how that just really popped to it? Okay. So basically all I do, okay, and what you're gonna have to do, yeah, so we're gonna just take it, okay. Now normally, I'm just going to take this off right here. And I usually put it around. I don't put it here. I don't like putting it here. I kind of like putting it here. Okay, kind of over so you can run your bone folder too to get your edge real good over your paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it about right there. Okay. So basically what you can do is you can take your score tape if you like. Okay. And you can do it, and you can just put it on the middle of your score tape, look, like that, and there's an adhesive right there. So just you kind of basically just set it down. And I know I just didn't do that right. Well, actually I did. You know, I don't want that on there. I'm just going to kind of set it on there because I want this little piece here up, okay? Now, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, that probably not explain it very well, but I'm going to put it right there just like that, okay? Now, and then I'm going to take a piece of this score tape, and I'm just going to lay it over the top of that. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to undo it. And what's going to happen is it's going to kind of put it, and see, it doesn't really matter, but I like it. I mean, you can put it here and make it come here, but I'm just doing it kind of like this. I mean, I could move it. I don't really like it there, but it's okay. It's kind of neutral, kind of in the middle, so we're just going to take, as long as it holds it closed, that's all I care about. But you can't put it close to the edge, okay? So once you just mash it down, well, it's strong too. It is strong. It's trying to rip on me. Okay, why are you not letting go of that magnet? That magnet ain't playing, y'all. Oh, because it ain't playing. Okay, I didn't do that right. Something's wrong. Something's off. I ain't never had this problem. Hold on. What is your deal today? Oh, okay, I see. I see. You shouldn't have stuck to that. You know what I did wrong, y'all? I'm so crazy. Hold on. Look. Let's put this back on here. This ain't supposed to do that. Hold up. Nope. That is supposed to go like that, actually. You got this little piece. Hold on. That's why you can use a rare earth, because either way, but just make sure you use your sticky side on it. Okay. So when this comes over here, you don't want it to stick to. Okay. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I'm going to let that stay right there. Okay, here we go. Maybe. I think I still took it off the wrong side. See, I'm not even showing y'all right how to do this. Yeah, I'm not doing it right. I'm taking it off the wrong side, see? No, I'm not showing you right. Hold on. Oh, yama. I'm so crazy. Y'all don't pay me no mind. I'm crazy. Don't pay me no mind. Let's start over. I'm sorry. My brain ain't working tonight. Look, let's just do it this way. I'm just going to stick this on here. Kind of like a nose. Stick it on there. We're going to turn it upside down. We ain't going to fool with that tonight. I can't deal with that. Now, just turn it upside down. As long as it sticks. There we go. See there? God, I don't know. I'm thinking the other ones. I don't know. It's 10 o'clock. Did I say it was 10 o'clock at night? Okay, so it's on there. See? Now. So now we're going to take our paper and we're going to cover it up. Now, this is what you can do. If you want to. Okay? Oh my goodness. Put your sticky sides down, okay? Put your sticky side down. normally you don't have that, and you just kind of put your, yeah, I've not done this in a minute, so that's probably why I'm rusty. But you're gonna put your paper over it, okay? And it still, hopefully, will stick. Let's see. Yeah, as long as it'll hold. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and put this paper down, okay? Really fast. So anyway, y'all, so tomorrow's Friday, and I'm going to get this on here. And so the giveaway of my 500 subscriber giveaway will close tomorrow night. Okay, so that will close at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And we got to go to my nephew's house. They having a little party for him for graduation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back on home. And I'm wanting to, but I'm going to shut it off at 6 o'clock because I can do that with my phone, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that everybody's names I can see. And I got one person on here that if that's you, I went back, y'all, and honestly, I don't have to do this, but I want to make sure that everybody understands. I mean, I talk about the rules. I put the rules down in the description box below. You know, I try to be, you know, like, hey, you need to do this, you know, but I mean, it's not cut in stone like major, but, you know, and it's not that much to do to say kind of what you like about what you love to craft the most. That was all. But this person said they love the items. They're in the U.S. Well, my thing is, I went back and said, hey, make sure you put what you know, love or like about crafting the most type thing. And I don't know if they've done that yet. So, I mean, I even reached back out to them, you know, and it's just really hard because you want, because everybody else does it, and you want it to be fair, and you want everybody to go by the rules, and, you know, just do it. You know, just say, put one thing I like to make, blah, 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 whatever, you know. It's not really a big deal. So, I don't know. Hopefully they will see it, and they will, you know, maybe they don't understand. I don't know, but hopefully they will do it, because if they don't get back on there and do that part of it, then I can't, you know, put them in the giveaway, because it's not fair to everyone else that did it. You know, do y'all agree with that or not? Just kind of give me a thumbs up down in the comment section or something. Just say, hey, you know, I mean, because I don't, you know, I don't want it not to be fair. You know, I'm trying my best, because I had a lady too on my last giveaway. She got left off, and you know, and she commented, and I couldn't find, I mean, literally, I couldn't find it. And she even sent me the link and everything, but I still could not find it. And I don't know what happened. So I feel bad, and I want to just add her this time around, but I haven't even seen her on here, like, commenting or nothing. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just that type of person. I just, you know, I take everything to heart, and I, you know, I feel bad for people, you know, just want to make sure that, so I don't know, she's one of my subscribers, so maybe she'll get on here and see, because I want her to be part of it too, you know, because she kind of didn't get to be a part of the other one, because I didn't have her name down, but I didn't see her like literally, but now, you know, hopefully. And this time around, I said when I get it cut off at 6 o'clock, I get back on here. And I'm going to make sure that I got, that, you know, we can see everybody, and make sure that everybody's accounted for. And before we do a drawing this time, I'm going to make sure of that. So I'm going to draw the winner on Saturday, y'all. So anyway, basically you just make sure you put your, and that's why it's important, see, because you got that magnet right there, to put your magnet over, and just make sure you're not in your score lines. That's kind of important too. Yeah, so anyway, once we get these done, Yeah, I didn't want to make 3 or 4 more videos just adding pages, because it takes time. It takes time to do these albums and stuff. And then you got to get your paper how you want it, you know. And I didn't want to have to go through all that. Y'all kind of, once you see this, you'll kind of know. And then you can kind of just, you know, go back and forth and kind of do it or whatever. You know, I don't care if you copy it, whatever you need to do. I'm happy with either way. But anyway, so, yeah, so you got to have room to be able to adhere down. Because if you put it too close to the edge, you're going to be, you know, you're not going to be happy with that. So anyway, now, all right, so this paper turned out really cute. And I used the Echo Park Boy paper that I had to go with this other paper pad that I showed y'all that I was going to use, because it just was not enough paper in that kit. So anyway, once you close it, see, it's not going to fall. See, once you got your signature page on, when your book's kind of up, see, it's going to hold. It's not going to fall. See. But anyway, so that is the page, the front of page 1, okay? And then if you turn on the back, I've already put the paper on there too. So this is page 2. This is the back, this is the back of page 1. This is actually page 1. This is the back of page 1. So this is going to flip up like I showed y'all. See, I just went ahead and put the paper on. It's just real simple how you put the paper on. Okay, just make sure your corners are around it. You know, make sure you have all that ready before you put it down. Okay, and up here is where I'm going to put a pocket. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do that off camera when I decorate it. Okay, but that is all of your signature. And then see, this part here is open. You see that? And then we're going to make some stuff to go in the middle. But I'll show you how to do that later. But this is going to fit on the page, okay? It's going to sit in there, okay? So anyway, that's page 1. Now, let's talk about across from page 1. You got to start at page 2. You see how that's working? Now, see how it's matchy-matchy? See? So this is just going to have a pocket, and it's going to have some photo mats and different things in this pocket, okay? I already put that on. I showed y'all how to do these little pocket pieces on the front and the back inside cover of the album itself. So this is basically the same way you did it. You're going to flip it over. Now on the back of this, I'm going to show y'all how to put the accordion on, okay? But you got to have your ribbon already picked out if you're going to have a ribbon closure. Sometimes I don't do a ribbon closure. Sometimes I do like a little flat piece with a magnet, but I didn't do that this time. But this is the accordion, and I already have it ready, okay? This is the accordion. It's going to lay this way. Now this is your front, so when you flip it, it's going to be like this, okay? And it don't matter if this is cut this way or whatever. It's just how I kind of did it. It's not really cut in stone. It don't have to be perfect, okay? Now, but the ribbon is going to have to go on this piece first before we put it to here, okay? But I was just going to show you how cute it was. So when this thing opens and this is sitting on here, just like this, okay, you're going to have these pages here. Yeah, because they can turn their book, like they can turn their album and put their little pictures, you know. So you can do 4x6, just however. Yeah, I probably should have cut them the other way, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. And then you got the little whale, and then you got this little piece, and it's going to fold up like that. See, it's really cute. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to adhere it to this. But once we do that, once we get that on there, we're going to have to put the ribbon on it, okay? So let me show you that real quick. That's why I kind of left it off, because that was that extra piece, you know, because you had to add that piece to the top, that one piece, and then you got to come back and you got to put this over the top of that, okay? So we're going to do that. Like, we're going to add that to that. And we're going to make sure that that's, you know, we're going to put that on there first. And then we're going to add the ribbon, and then we're going to put it, I'm just going to kind of take it And I'm just going to kind of set it over in there, and make sure you don't go over that score mark, okay? That's kind of important. You know, just don't go over your score line. And that's fine. It's got a little bit of tape showing, but you can't pull it up. Once you pull that up, you're in for it. So just let it be. It ain't gonna hurt a thing. Nothing's gonna stick to it. It'll be fine. You know. Okay, so we got that here. Now I'm gonna take my ribbon, and you see where I said put ribbon first, is I'm gonna put this ribbon on here, and I found some ribbon that went kind of with it. And this is Stampin' Up! Ribbon. You can't buy this. This was given to me. But I'm going to make sure I have enough. Let's see. So that's the front. So we want to do it this way. So I'm going to make sure I have enough to come around and tie a bow like in the middle or whatever, okay? So we're just going to make sure that we have enough to come to the middle. Yep, like that. Okay, now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run my score tape, a couple pieces of it on there to hold that in place. Okay. And you kind of want it in the middle. And see, I didn't even do it in the middle. I'm so crazy. Let's fix that. Mine ain't even in the middle, y'all. What is wrong with me? Okay, so we want to make sure we're in the middle. Let's see. I want to make sure it looks like it's in the middle. I'll make sure. Okay, it looks a little bit better. I'll tell you what. All right, come on over. Let's fix you. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay, now, so we got that in the middle. And see, we're going to have enough to tie a little bow. Now, all you got to do, now, once you get that ribbon on there, okay, and then we're going to take our, you can use your score tape or you can use this. It doesn't matter. You know, and just make sure you put enough of it on here. And then sometimes I'll take score tape because it's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. But this is strong too. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to come up. Okay. My tape's trying to mess up on me. Okay, so anyway. So I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to put it here. And yeah, you can put some glue just to kind of help hold it in place for a minute. Yeah, because you don't want it to come off. You don't want this to come off at all. Yep. So we got physical therapy tomorrow again. And then, you know, we got that little party and for Aid and my little nephew. And well, I say little, he's, you know, graduated high school, so he's not really little that much anymore. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we are, you know, kind of make sure we're in the middle, kind of where we kind of want it to be before we set it down there, you know. Okay, so make sure your ribbon is up. You don't want that to not be up, okay? So just kind of, I'm going to pull it down here so I can eyeball it because I can't see over there. Okay, it looks pretty good. Alright, so that's on there. And yeah, you could cut the paper the other way too, but it don't really matter about that. Okay, so we got that piece on there. Now once it's on there, this is your back page. So just take it and make sure you use your bone folder on it. Yeah, okay. Make sure you adhere it down really, really good. And I see that tape sticking out from under there. That's okay. It's going to be fine. It's not going to stick to nothing, so that'll be fine. Okay. So we'll get that on there really, really good. Press it down really, really good. Really hard. Okay, so that's on there. Now, and then once you get it, like, this glue gets all over your fingers. Let me get this glue off. Okay, so once you get that on there, then you can tie your bow, and then you can cut it off and kind of cut it how you want it. And a lot of times you go back with your lighter and you just, like, you know, make sure you do your little edges, but I don't have one with me right now, so we'll have to do that later. Okay, so basically you just kind of tie your little bow how you want it. You know, it don't have to be perfect. Just, and see, I did plenty, you know, so you can just kind of, you know, and then you can just kind of cut it, but we'll work on all that later. I'm just kind of doing it a little bit. Okay, so that's on there, so it'll keep it shut, see, and it's kind of still too long, but that's okay. We'll cut it off some more later. So you got the accordion on, so it's on, and then you untie it, and then you'll be able to pull it out this way, and then you'll be able to flip it over, and you'll be able to pull it out that way. It's pretty cool. Okay, so that page is on now, and then across from that you're going to have, so this is the front of 2, the back of 2, and the front of 3, and I went ahead and put my pocket in the paper just like you did the shorter pockets. It's just the sideways longer, and I did turn this one this way, which is fine. Okay, and then you got the back. Well, on the back I'm going to show y'all how to do the waterfall. Okay, now I've already cut it, already got my piece, already got this on here. So basically what you're going to have to do is you're going to have a base, but you got to put the ribbon on it before you adhere it down. But we're going to put all our pages on this first before we put it here, okay, and the ribbon, okay. Now, so I've already got them done, already got them ready, because I wanted to make sure that I was ready. Okay, so basically I cut my base piece for this back of that page. It's cut at 4 3/4 wide by 7 3/4 long. Okay, that's what you're gonna need for these 7 pages to go on it. Okay, now I'm fixing to show you how to do it. It's real easy. So you take your first page. Now I got cardstock and pattern paper on the front of this, and I showed you how to cut do these already. So I just basically cut those at 4 5/8 the cardstock by 3 7/8 long, and then the pattern paper is 4. Now this was a little bit like, it's like a 1/16 of an inch past the half, so I'm not gonna really count all that, but and then you got 3 3/4 long. So you measure and do yours. Okay, so basically these are going to line up. Okay, you're going to take off this score tape right here off this hinge. Okay, now you're going to want to get that, like, and you don't have to put wet glue on this, you know, unless you just want to. But you basically need to put this on the very edge. So I'm going to flip it this way so I can see it. Okay, and you want to line it up. Okay, now you could, I guess we could put wet glue. I don't normally put wet glue on this part, but we will. Kind of help us for a minute, and I'm going to hold it up, and I'm just going to set it on that edge of the top of that thing, you know. Okay, just like that. Okay, and you want to kind of keep it straight because you don't want it like crooked on here. All right, so once you put that on, you're going to have this right here, this little lip. You see how you got a little lip right there? Now, what you're going to do with your next piece, and you're going to have it, and it's going to come like, this is going to fold over, and it's going to fit right up beside it, just like that. Okay, and that's going to give you where you can see your paper. Do you see that? Like that. Don't put it up on this piece, because if you put it there, it's going to get way too thick up here, bulky. Okay, you have to butt it up against this next piece, just like that, okay? So what I kind of do is I just kind of line it up on the side, and it should line up over there as long as you got it butted up against that pretty good. Okay. So what I'm going to do basically, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do, because what you're going to do when you come back, you're going to put your finger underneath like that. You see how I'm holding that? Hold it just like that. And you just line it up with this edge, okay? And you just stick it down there and hold this, and you just kind of push it down, okay? And then you got your second piece on. Okay, and so you got 1, 2. See how that works? And you go all the way down, okay? Now listen, you're gonna come back and you can either put the blue cardstock or just a piece of pattern paper. Okay, now on the back of these, I did not put pattern paper because I don't want it too thick. You don't have to do that. You can. I have done it in the past, but this time I'm not gonna do it, okay? But I'm gonna go back and do blue cardstock and the pattern paper to go in the middle, okay? And I'll probably end up, you know, using like this piece here, and then I'll just go so on and so on, you see, kind of thing. Okay, so let's do the next one. These are real easy to do. You just use your score tape on there, okay? Put you a little bit of glue. Yeah, it's not rocket science. I mean, this is easy, and it's not hard. It's just you get something you have to get used to. Okay, just line it up on your line on this little board too, okay? Now look, I'm just going to set it here. I'm not letting it go in the back because I got my finger on it until I'm absolutely happy with what I got. And I just kind of gently put it down, make sure it's lined up. Okay, now we got that one done. Let's see how we're doing. See how that's looking? It's looking good. All right, then we'll do our next one. Okay. I'll tell you what, we're getting it going now, y'all. We're about to get this thing wrapped up. Now, off camera, I will go back and I will decorate it, and then I'll show you. I'll do a walkthrough when I'm done with that. Okay, so long as it's lined up here, pretty much it should be fine. All right, just mash it down real good. See there? There we go. So on each page, you're gonna want to put, you're gonna want to put that on there. See? Okay, so I'm gonna do this one, and I get all my stuff like lined up how I want it before I ever put it on these pages, and I number them. Because if you don't, if you figure out, or you drop it, or you like, oh wait, where it goes where, that's what I do. I put numbers on the pages where you can't see, on the part that you're not gonna see, type thing. Because you don't wanna, I've dropped it before, and then you gotta like start over, and you gotta like, oh my gosh, where did I have that? Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Okay. This one's gonna go next. All right. So you're gonna grab it with your finger, pull it, hold it onto it, don't let it go. Whatever you do, do not let it go. Kind of line it up with that edge and that top piece, but don't go over the top of that lip thing. Okay, just kind of leave it right at the edge. It's kind of your guide. It's kind of like a little line, okay? And then we'll have one more. Okay. Put that on there. I hope y'all have had a good week so far. I tell you, it's been a lot going on this week, so, but we will get through it. Now, gonna line this one up really quick. Yeah, and it gives you time too if you put that glue on there too. Oh, you see how that's kind of, yeah, see, I was able to pick it up and move it over a little bit. Okay, sometimes they're not going to go on perfect, and sometimes they're not going to be perfect, but this is paper crafting. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, okay? because you are like creating something. Okay, you're making something with your hands, okay? And you don't want it to look flawless, because a lot of times they'll think, even at the craft fair, they'll think, oh, did you buy that? I'm like, no, I didn't buy that. Okay, so what's going to happen is now, and this is what I'm going to have to do and go back and do, okay? Because I didn't cut another page, and sometimes it does this, okay? But I'm going to have to go back, but I'll do that later and I'll show you. But you see how when it comes back and it hits here, you still got room for one more piece, okay? So what I will do is I will go back and cut me another blue piece to put over this whole, well, no, I won't do it here. I'll put it here, over here. And then I'll put my pattern paper. I'll put 2 more pieces here, because this is going to fit down on the book, okay? So I'm going to have to go back and add to it. And I didn't really think about that. So I got to go find something else to put at the bottom, okay? Now, you see how nice that is? See how pretty that looks? It's like a little waterfall. But before we put this on here, we got to make sure this ain't upside down too. If you got directional paper, make sure you are not upside down. This is going to sit on here just like this. But we got to put our ribbon on first, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this ribbon on it, I guess. I guess I'm going to put this piece on it. Okay, we'll go ahead and put some of that on. It'll be fine. You don't want it too thick. Okay, now, so I'm just going to run me some tape. Try to hit it in the middle if I can. Make sure this piece is long enough, because we want to make sure it kind of is long enough to come back around to the front. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're pretty good there. So you just want to set it down. Okay. And if it's too long, yeah, see, that's way too much. So I'm not going to waste it. So I'm going to pull it back off. Okay, so I'm going to kind of, you just got to kind of eyeball it. You don't want it too long. You want it to be able to come back like to the middle. So I need to kind of look at that a little bit better. Okay, that looks pretty good. You don't want it too long, because then you'll waste your ribbon. Okay, there we go. Now once you flip it over, I think it'll be fine. Okay, there's no rhyme or reason. Now all you got to do is come back and make sure you put a bunch of score tape. So I think I'm going to use this on it just because I want to. Yeah. I'm going to come back over with it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put some of this tape on it because it's a little bit stronger. Yeah, just a little bit stronger tape. All right, there we go. That should be perfect. Okay. Now, just take your bone folder and make sure it's adhered in them fibers really good, because you don't want it to come off, okay? And then just take your stuff and start pulling it off, okay? And once we get this done, I don't even know what time it is. How long have we been doing this? Oh, 39 minutes. Pretty good. Okay, I'm going to show you how to put the pages on really quick. Let me get this done. Yeah, it don't take long. Time goes by too quick. Goes by quick, y'all. But anyway, so hopefully we get that giveaway done. Get this thing finished. And I got some other stuff I want to show y'all. Now I'm going to make sure, now again, I'm going to flip it back and make sure I didn't mess myself up. Okay. And I kind of want to come back with a piece across the middle of this ribbon. Okay, because I mean, they're going to be flipping this. And you don't want it to come off this book, okay? And yeah, this is excessive, but that's me. That's what I do. I want to make sure my stuff is not going to come out. And they say this stuff is really strong. I mean, it's pretty strong tape, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. No, it's pretty tough. It ain't playing. So, all right, so we're going to get that out the way. Should have tied the ribbon. Should have tied the knot in it before. And so you can do that. And I'm going to go back and put some glue over this, just to give me time to put wiggle room on it, because, you know, yeah, because I want to make sure I don't drop it or get it crooked, or, you know. All right, so, but anyway, get this thing done, y'all, and then I'll make a girl one. Not this week, or, you know, it's going to be a minute, but it's going to be a minute. I'm going to try to put this ribbon out the way so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm going to try to get it closer to me because I don't. Ooh, this is the scary part. Just going to kind of do the best we can. Now, we're going to set it down, see? It's on there. Ooh. Now, what will help with this is you can flip it. And you can rub the back of this, because this is the back, okay? Alright, and then you can take it and you can flip it up, and then you can start pressing it down really, really good. It shouldn't come up. I mean, if it does, then I don't know. I don't know about that point. And then you can go back and you can mash that middle too. You know, you can take your fingers and rub it. Each little section. Just make sure you get it in there good, you know. Yeah, it takes a little bit extra time, but it's worth it. And you can go back and decorate this however you want, this middle, you know. I don't put blingy, like blingy on it, because I don't want it scratching the pages, because it can scratch your pages up really, you know, good. So there you go. That is on there, y'all. So see, you got your waterfall, and it's got plenty of room to put photos. You see that? And then I got to go back and I got to add the pages here, but I will do that. And then you can just tie it up. Okay? Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all. I got this glue all over my fingers. Okay, see that pretty that is? I'm just going to kind of cut it a little bit. I don't want to do it a whole lot till I get those edges burnt or whatever. Now we're going to, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I am shaking y'all to kingdom come here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show y'all how to put these pages on, okay? In this book. So let me get this one tied up. I'm going to get this one tied off. Okay. Thought I had that one tied off. Alright. Now, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get this book. I'm fixing to show y'all how to do this. Okay? Really quick. And I know this video is getting long, but I got to show you how to put it on these signatures. Since I've already got it, and you can decorate it while it's on the signature. It's not that bad to decorate it if you want it to. Or you can do it off. But I want to show y'all how I do it, okay? This is how I do it. Alright? So you basically are just going to take this piece, okay? And I'm going to leave a little bit at the bottom because I don't want it all the way down, because I don't want it, you know, bumping. So you're just going to take this piece. Let's see. And you're going to pull it out some. You're going to leave the back one on. You don't have to take that one off yet. Okay, so you're gonna put your hand up in here. This is your front. This is my front. Y'all, I told you I'm crazy. Yeah, pay attention to what matches what. So you're gonna start at the bottom and you're gonna hook it on this hinge. You see how that's, I got my hand up in there and I'm holding it. So you're gonna hook it on this hinge and you're gonna watch it and you're gonna make sure that you kind of have it where you want it on that hinge, okay? And you're not going to go all the way down with it. Do you see? About that much. You see that right there? Now look. You're going to pull this out just like that. You see that? And you're going to mash that down on that side. And all you got to do, okay, now see, I about have that too close to this edge. I can't see a thing, I'm blind tonight. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay. So you're going to take this piece right here. And you're going to pull up in there. And you should be able to pull your tape off of it. Yeah, it's a little tricky. Because it's just sitting on that ledge. Like it's literally just sitting on the back of the ledge. See there? And you're just going to pull it. And that's on. That's on, y'all. It's on. So your first page is on. You see that? So you got your book. You got this. You got that. You see how that works? And then you got this opening here where you can put a thing in there. So we will work on that later. Okay, that'll be something else I'm going to show you how to do. But, and the way to measure it. And we'll do that in the last part of the video or whatever. But just go back in there. And you just adhere it down really good to that. Okay? You got your magnet. So that's your first page. And then you're going to go back and you're going to pull it. Pull your tape up. Okay, now this is your matchy page. You see that? And you're going to take it. And we don't want to go all the way down too far. I mean, I'm going to make sure, because a while ago that wasn't really jihong with me. Okay, I want to make sure that I got some gap room in the back of that too, because see, this is trying to give me a hard time. All right, go over the page. Quit acting up. It's trying to act up, ain't it? Okay, I see now. Because it's trying to catch on that other page. Ooh, we don't need that. We gotta have that out. So just kind of stick it on there before it attaches it. See, it's trying to catch on this. Oh, I see what the problem is. It's trying to catch on that other page. Just make sure we got enough gap over here. Perfect. And we're just going to pull it out. Just kind of wiggle it out. And let's see, that just got hung up in there. Alright, where's my tweezers? And sometimes that'll break off and it'll happen. But just grab your tweezers if I can find them. Pull it off. Here we go. Just pull that out of there. Now see what it's trying to do to me? It's trying to act up. Y'all see how I just pulled that back off that page? And that is not what you want to do. Okay. Ooh. All right, now this is trying to catch. It's trying to be a pain in the boo-wah tonight, y'all. All right, let's get it back on there, hopefully without it sticking to... I don't know why it's wanting to do this tonight. It's just not wanting to go on this page. It's not. That's because it keeps sticking. I ain't never had that happen before. So this is paper crafting for you. Now see, that tape is already off of there. That's alright, because I'm fixing to put it right back on there. I do not want this thing to mess up on me. Alright, you see how I put that right back on there? Fix that problem. Okay, now, let's try this again. This piece here is in my way. It is literally sticking to that. Okay, now, I got my hand on it now. I'm going to make sure it knows who the boss is. You got to be the boss of this stuff, y'all. I ain't playing. Got to show it who the boss is. It just ain't wanting to work for me, y'all. Let me get in here and pull this piece off so we have any more problems. So we won't have any more issues. You gotta pull up in here because it's right under there. I mean, you can see it when you lift it up. It don't normally cause all these issues, but we are on camera. That's how it happens when you're on the camera. It will do it. It will show out. Trying to pull it gently. I don't want to rip it again because it's... Okay, here we go. Push that down. Ooh, push that on there. Now I got to turn around and grab this tape because it's still stuck under here, up here in the front. My tape is still in there. Come on. Yeah, you just have to have a lot of patience and don't get impatient because you'll tear your book up. This is where you got to have the most patience. And normally it's not that bad. It kind of does really good. I don't know why it's wanting to act up tonight because this tape pieces are breaking off and they don't normally do that. And see, it's been in my book and I'm not happy with that, but I'm going to straighten it out in just a minute. Let me just pull this piece. Okay, I think that's it. Mercy, y'all. Whew, trying to act up on me tonight. Goodness gracious, look how many times that thing ripped on me. I don't know why it's acting up. Because we are on camera. Alright, trying to get that tape on there really good. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put some pieces across here because I don't leave that blank. I don't like that to stay blank. And you just take your hand and you just get that hair down on that tape really, really good. Yeah, I don't know why that is trying to do that. Now let's put page 3 on. We're going to be done with this for tonight. And tomorrow, I will get back on here. Now this is the back because I don't want that. See how that matches that piece? And then I got to go back and put that piece. But I can do that on here. Okay, so... And then that's going to match that. And it's going to be so cute. Now let's see if this one will act right without tearing up. Stick it out. Hopefully it will act right. And it's not going to make us work so hard. Hopefully. Alright, and see it should fit right on there. It is not. It is wanting to show its little self tonight, y'all. Is it on? Yeah, it's on. Oh my goodness, y'all. I've never had this much trouble with this. Okay, here we go. Alright, go on there. Quit playing. I don't know why it's being so stubborn. Shoo, it's just being stubborn tonight. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this back piece out of here because I don't want to... I'm going to sit here and fight with this thing all night. It is time to get off this video, okay? But anyway, y'all. Where is my tape? It is hiding from me. It's literally hiding. There we go. And it's breaking too, y'all. I can't make that up. Okay, so once I get that off, but anyway, I'm going to let it go because I'm going to have to get that out from under there without this ripping on me. Let's see if I can pull it. No, see, it's ripping on me. Okay, well, I will get that on. we got part of it on. So there you go. I'll go back and I'll fix that. So see how that looks? Nice and neat and pretty. So anyway, y'all, have an awesome night, okay? And I'll see you in the next video when it will be totally finished when I get back on here, okay? So remember, I love you. God loves you more. Bye.